Here's some news you might have missed on the Bible Forum this week. The Pope is out making news again. Just last week, he explained how ISIS, in their war of conquest, has bred a non-justified fear of Islam among Western countries. He said, quote, "I don't think there's a fear of Islam as such, but rather of ISIS and its war of conquest, which is partly drawn from Islam." He went on to say, "It is true that the idea of conquest is inherent in the soul of Islam. However, it's also possible to interpret the objective in Matthew's gospel account, where Jesus sends his disciples to all nations in terms of the same idea of conquest." What? Jesus sent his disciples out to kill the infidels? He sent them out with a message, convert or die? No, he said, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." Pope Francis went on to talk about his dream of Chrislam, the merging of Christianity and Islam. This is not the first time he's mentioned this. But ultimately, he said, coexistence between Christians and Muslims is still possible. I mean, he says, I come from a country where they cohabit on good terms. Muslims come to venerate the Virgin Mary and St. George. Similarly, they tell me that for the Jubilee year, Muslims in one African country formed a long line at the cathedral to enter through the holy door and pray to the Virgin Mary. In Central Africa, before the war, Christians and Muslims used to live together and must learn to do so again. He mentioned Lebanon as showing us that it's possible. Well, what's the message? The message is that there's really not much difference between Islam and Roman Catholicism. Roman Catholicism, a form of Christianity that the Pope knows very well. The form of Christianity that I share, he's never heard of. Where biblical Christianity is concerned, there's a great difference. And the differences are in every way. There's no area of compatibility between Islam and biblical Christianity. Chrislam is not an option. I don't know. He won't call me.